Okay, y'all. I just seen the skit where Anthony tries to ask Amber on a date. Now, mind you, she do look pretty in that white. I ain't gonna lie, she look really, really pretty. And I love it. I love that outfit. That's the way she's dressed, and it's kind of the new look for the new beginning of me. That I'll be dressing kind of like that. I like the pants like that. I don't like really tight pants. I like pants that kind of like overflow, and that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Stuff like that. So yeah, this new look that I got is similar to that because I'm embracing me not having no hair. So I love that look, and that's kind of what I'm kind of going for. But I'm a little bit shorter, so I got to figure out how to get my stuff tailored because I have a couple of dresses that are like way too long that I got to get tailored and get them cut a little bit shorter so I'll be able to wear them for if I go on a cruise or something. But I do commend him for at least trying to ask her on a date and doing it the right way because I think they do need to date again if they were to work things out. I don't think it should be about them going the word. I hate the word back. God, I can't stand the word back. Going backwards never works. It doesn't. Going back, I hate the word back. I'm like, if you go and get back together, you're gonna have to dismantle that relationship and start over. So instead of saying the word back, I would say the word start over. Meaning you date again, you don't rush to getting back together because it's not about getting back together. It's about being the people you are now and falling in love with the person that you are with now, that new person. That person's not the same. Amber's not the same as she was when they first got together. So I think they need to take some time, get to know each other. But he need to deal with that situation with Shayla and that baby. He needs to deal with the fact of letting Shayla know the truth before there would be any chance of that. I don't condone them getting back together, but if they're able to get back together and they're able to let it completely go, and her being in the car while Anthony goes pick up the baby, stuff like that, or having Angeline to bring the baby instead. You know, there's other ways around this, but I'm trying to tell you, Shayla is going to have a fit when she find out that Anthony is going back to Amber, or even the fact that he's trying to go back to Amber. She is either gonna try to do something to Amber, or she gonna try to do something to Anthony. All I know is Brittany is not gonna be thrilled about the fact of her going on this date. She ain't gonna be thrilled about it at all. So, like I said, in the end, you know, even though a lot of women think by being side chicks that you're gonna end up with a guy, he's gonna end up with his wife. At the end of the day, that woman has his last name. I don't know why women think that because you're sleeping with a man and because he's giving you money that you're better than the wife. The wife has the one thing that you want, his last name. The wife is the one that he claims. The wife is the one that basically everybody knows about. They know nothing about you. And even if they do, they looking at you sideways because you're the side chick. You're the mistress. You're the groupie. You're the whore. You're the person in the sex industry. I'm just gonna say it like that. So in the end, like I said, even though she's trying to front like she's not liking what he's doing, she is. It's just making her confused. That's why she needs to go to counseling and talk to a different counselor that's not Anthony's counselor. So she has somebody to work out these things with that's professional. You don't never want to go to somebody personal because, like I said, they're not going to be able to help you through it like a therapist will. Because a therapist does not know you. You know, if you talk to somebody that don't know you, they're going to give you better advice than somebody that knows you. That's why for me, if I'm not sure about something, I do my research or I talk to somebody that can be objective. Not somebody that know me that's just going to cater to me and, you know, say things or be afraid to say something because they're scared I'm going to get mad. So those are not people that you should deal with when it comes to these situations. Get you a coach, get you a therapist, a mentor, a counselor, or somebody like that. Those are the people you need to talk to. That's who she needs to talk to about these situations. So that way she's getting the best advice for somebody that really is, they don't get nothing out of it. You know, they're not gonna get nothing out of the situation, and they also gonna keep it real with you. It's always gonna be a stranger that's gonna keep it more real with you than somebody that's personally close to you. So like I said, I'm not mad that he's trying to ask her out. I'm not mad about the fact that he's trying to get his wife back because he realizes the grass ain't green on the other side. But the problem is, you should have been doing all of this when she found out. You should have went home when she found out. You should have been staying at the house versus staying away from the house. So now, like I said, I think he's learning all of that. I think he's learning that he should have just went home, that he should have just tried to work it out. I just wish they would have let him say that. That he regretted the fact that when she found out that instead of him, going over Shayla's house, instead of him being with Shayla, he should have been trying to work and trying to basically make his marriage work. That's what the issue is. It ain't got nothing to do with all the rest of it. It's the fact that he didn't come home. It's the fact that when she went to Dalen's house trying to talk to him about all of this, he didn't want to do that. He was with Shayla, took her to Jamaica, and pretty much he ruined any chance of them getting back together just because he didn't go home. If he would have went home, if he would have stayed at the lake house, and them two would have had that conversation and could have talked about it, he could have told her how he was drunk, how everything happened, and that way this could have been a different situation. Maybe they could have worked it out. Maybe they could have figured things out. But the fact that he continuously continued staying away from her, waiting for her to calm down, and now you want to come back home, but yet you've been gone this whole entire time. Why should she take you back? So I don't blame Amber for her confusion. That's like somebody coming in and out your life, like Charlie Wilson said. You can't keep running in and out of my life. No. And that's the problem. She's probably not sure if he's going to stick around or whether he's going to go. And then not only that, there's also Kelvin. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't think they should be back together considering the damage that they've done, at least not right now. I think both of them need to be alone and get therapy and be apart for a while and, be friends, like she said. And if it grows later on down the line, then it does. I just think both of them need to deal with, their own trauma and get separate counselors and, deal with things separately and then come together later on. So that's just my thoughts. But Amber has a lot of hurt. Anthony has a lot of hurt. And like I said, they let two people, Wayne and Shayla, come in their relationship and destroy it, which should have never happened. But then again, this falls on both of them, not just one person. So at the end of the day, they both made their share of mistakes. They both have done what they're done. But the point is it's the same equal time when it came to her messing with Wayne before they got engaged, after they got engaged, and the day of the wedding. So either way it go, they're evenly yoked except one thing. Amber did not get pregnant by Wayne, and Shayla got pregnant. Amber lost her baby. Shayla's baby is still here. So that would be a lot for her to take on. So I don't know if it's a good idea for them to get back together, to be honest. But then again, I've seen people that have managed to work it out, and they've been together for 20 years. So, it's in God. I'm like this. It's in God's hands at this point. God has to decide how this is gonna play out, and that's just it on that. As for Anthony, I'm proud of you that you apologized to Natasha. I'm proud of you that you did that, and it shows that he is changing. Anthony is changing. Anthony is becoming the person and doing better, and he's humbling himself. So I do definitely see the change. I think ever since they had that conversation, I think both of them have changed. And they are slowly changing for the better, but at the same time still backsliding. But that's to be expected, though. It takes time to completely change. It's not going to happen overnight. I can say this because, from my own experience. But yeah, God knows that there are going to be times that you might fall back a little bit. You might go back to old patterns and old habits. That's to be expected. But eventually, you'll grow out of it and you'll stop doing it. It's just going to take time for both of them. But like I said, they both have to work on themselves before they can get back together. Anthony, he needs to clean his backyard and clean up his mess before they can even have a chance of getting back together. So that's just my thoughts on that. Happy 4th, y'all.